So what do you mean by frame relay? What is a frame relay? So if we go inside the Metro Ethernet, okay, Metro Ethernet topic, okay, and if we see modern WAN connections, okay, so you can see the modern WAN connections are these are the modern WAN connections which we use in our network. So modern WAN connections consist of MPLS. Why it is getting hanged? So it consists of MPLS, Metro Ethernet, VPN, DSL, cable, and VSAT. So in that we will be learning this VPN part in depth. This MPLS, as I told you that day, it is in the NRC part. You have, if you are doing NRC, then you will be having you will be including this MPLS part. Okay, so these are some modern WAN connections that we use to connect our multiple sites. Okay, to connect our multiple sites. So Metro Ethernet line means you will be using some ISP networks. Okay, you will be using some ISP network at one side and another ISP network at another side. See, initial Ethernet was only restricted to LAN. It was distance limit. So previously we were just using the Ethernet into the LAN networks only. But nowadays we are using Ethernet as our leased lines. Okay, so use fiber standard support for longer distance. Overcome both speed and distance limits. Service providers started using Ethernet in WAN also now. Okay, so now what was the issue in the fiber, that we were not getting the speed? Okay, and to overcome this thing, the service provider started using Ethernet in the WAN networks also. Now, what is the scenario in this? This is my customer's router, customer premises router. Here my LAN is connected. Okay, customer premises equipment. Now this is connected with an optical fiber. Okay, over optical fiber, gigabit Ethernet over optical fiber. It is connected to service provider one at my one end. Suppose this is my Mumbai. Okay, this is my Mumbai, and this is suppose Delhi. Okay, the same. This is my site 1 and this is my site 2. Now my site 1 is connected to service provider 1 Ethernet switch, and my site 2 is also connected to another service provider or the same service provider, you can say, at the Delhi's router. Okay, over here my LAN network is connected. Now these two will be having an trunk link between them. These two will be having a trunk link between them. Okay, these types of links are called as Metro Ethernet lines. Provider network uses any technology. Okay, so this is something Metro Ethernet lines. Through this Metro Ethernet lines, the site 1 and site 2 will communicate with each other. Okay, now if I see the advantages are, these are the advantages. Suppose high speed up to 100 Mbps over 1 gigabit ports. Frame relay, if you are using frame relay, up to 44 Mbps. Okay, customer end uses Ethernet instead of serial. So we will not use serial instead of serial, we will be using Ethernet. Got it? So now what is frame relay? Frame relay. Now, if I go inside the topic of frame relay, so see, frame relay is something uses existing service provider to provide connectivity, cost-effective solution for leased lines. Okay, so now what is the issue? What is frame relay? See, in frame relay, if I want to connect my multiple branch offices, okay, so what is leased line? Leased line is something like this. If I go if I'm having multiple branches, suppose if I'm having three branches, so what the scenario will be, I have to take a cable from one branch office to another branch office. Okay, these will be my lease line connections. If I'm using any normal lease line connections, This is my head office. These are my branch offices. So to connect each head office with to connect each branch office with head office, I need a separate physical cable and separate, you can say, ISP connections or single ISP connections, but different ISP, you can say different cables and different connections between the branch offices. But what I can do in frame relay, I will use the same service provider. I will use the same service provider, and with the same service provider, I will connect my different branch offices. See, they will be using DLCI. Okay, DLCI. They will be using DLCI. So I can use this thing and I can make the frame relay work. Okay, see, you can see in the diagram, this is my head office. Okay, what I'm doing over here, I'm having a frame relay cloud. I've created a frame relay cloud. I'm having a single service provider. And through this service provider, through this frame relay cloud, all the clients are connected. All the clients are connected with this frame relay cloud. So my connection will be point to point, point to point. In this frame relay, the connection is point to point. Now, if I see the difference between the frame relay and leased line, you can go over here and you can see number of interfaces, cost and easy management. So these are the advantages of leased line. Sorry, frame relay over leased line. So in leased line, you can see I have separate connections to each branch offices, separate connection to each branch offices. So I have to, I need to have a separate ISP connections. Okay, you can say this is permanent connection for the destination. Leased lines is a permanent connection for the destination, and it can be used for short as well as long distance. And also the bandwidth will be fixed. The bandwidth will be fixed over these lines. The bandwidth will be fixed over these lines. Okay. You can say the availability is 24 into 7, and also the charges are fixed. Whether you use or you don't use, the charges will be fixed. Okay, the charges will be fixed. Okay, and you can say yeah, so suppose I am having any network over here and a network over here, so my 10 dot network wants to reach the 20 dot network. So always the path will be same from source to destination. Always it will use the same path. Okay, always it will use the same path. So the lease line connections, you can say, in India are something Tata, Reliance, BSNL, you can say they provide lease line connections. Okay, Realtel also provide lease line connections. Okay, so if I go in frame relay, it uses existing service provider. It uses existing service provider network. It uses existing service provider network, and it is cost effective solution. Okay, you will make a virtual connection. You can say a virtual connection. This is my virtual connections. This I have made a virtual connection. Okay, this is a connection frame. You can say frame relay uh, is created. Okay, now I can have multiple logical connections on the same physical connection. So see, you can have, this is my multiple logical connections. I'm not using point to point connection. This is something point to point. I am having multiple logical connections through one single connection. So what I told you, it uses DLCI, data link connection identifier, which identify the virtual circuits. Okay, and it is given by the service provider DLCI. You can say local DLCI maps with the remote IP address. Okay, so if I see the configuration, if I give you the frame relay, this is my frame relay. So frame relay is divided into, you can say, two things. Either it can be point to point or point to multi-point. Okay, so this is something point to multi-point. You can see there is one single over here and there are multiple branch offices over here. Okay, so if I go and check for the small configurations, you can go over here, virtual circuits. Connection in frame relay are provided by virtual circuits. See, these are my virtual circuits, you can say. Multiple logical connections on same physical connections. Okay, this is my one physical connection with one service provider, and I can create multiple logical connections using frame relay. DLCI, data link connection identifier, identifies the virtual circuits, and the range will be from 16 to 1007 given by the service provider. Local DCI DLCI maps with the remote IP address. You can configure it manually or automatic. Okay, automatic. You can say automatic configuration can be done. So if we see the configuration part, if I go over here, new blank project, if I say frame relay, what I will take some routers. I will take one router over here. I will take second, third router. I will take three routers. Okay, and this R1 will be my source and R3 will be my destination, and this R2 will work as my frame relay cloud. It will work as my ISP, or you can say frame relay cloud. Okay, understood? You can say it is a frame relay switch or something, you can say. So what will be the configuration now? So suppose I give an IP addressing over here. I will make the connections first. Serial 3/0, 3/0, 3/1.
Sorry, just a quick question.
Yeah,
What scenario will you use a frame relay since it's just one link and you're trying to do multiple? Is it within a building or can still extend it via maybe radio point to point to other sites?
can you
I
speak
don't
a
know.
bit louder, Dade? Actually, I cannot hear you properly.
I'm saying what scenario will you implement the frame relay?
Okay. So see,
Yeah.
as I told you that when I am having a single branch office, okay, I am having a single head, I am having a head office, and I need to communicate with different branch offices. Okay, so in that scenario, I can use the frame relay options. See,
O-
See this thing. If I
Okay, so
use lease line, see this is my head office and these are my branch
yeah,
offices R2, R3 and R4. So if I use lease line, so
right.
what I will do, I will have a separate ISP connection to each branch office. Okay. And this is increase
Mm-hmm.
the cost. So what I can use, I can have one separate one only one service provider, and I can make a frame relay, okay, a virtual circuit, you can say, and I can connect this all internet service this branch offices to my head office with this frame relay. So in this type of scenario, when you want to communicate between head office and branch offices, then you need this frame relay type of network. Understood?
Okay, okay.
So we will just see the point to point frame relay, okay, implementation. See, this is not in our syllabus, but you need to understand this thing because we are moving to VPN. So before VPNs, you need to understand what is frame relay. Okay, so I will use some IP addressing. I will use over here 10.0.0.0. 1. Okay. 10.0.0.1. Got it? On R2 I will give same range 10.0.0.2. Okay.
So like
And
you continue doing this, but so frame relay, MPLS, all this stuff like part of ISP and VPN and all this same stuff, right? Kind of like
yes,
it's
yes,
just
yes.
when we are designing, we need to decide which one we want to use.
Yes, so frame relay is something you don't use in the nowadays. Okay, but it was used previously very much. Nowadays we use MPLS. Okay, in large network we use MPLS. Okay, and in some networks we use VPNs also, virtual private networks also. Like GRE, we use GRE tunnels. We use some DMVPN tunnels. Okay, and we use some IPsec over internet. Okay, over GRE we use IPsec also. So GRE is also something like we don't have encryption in GRE. You can say GRE, if we are using an GRE tunnel, then the data, the packets are transferred into clear text, so which is not feasible. So nowadays we use MPLS L3 VPNs. Okay, MPLS L3 VPNs, which we will be studying in NRC part. Okay, which we'll be studying in NRC part. Now, if I go on the, just a second. Okay, so this will be my over here. Okay, this will be my uh, frame relay switch. So I'll make it as a switch, make it run as a switch, this router. Let me see if it happens in this GNS3 console. So I'm doing basic IP addressing, nothing else. R1 full of, and I will take a console of this. I'll say frame relay switch. Okay, let it be stop. Frame relay switch. Okay, so I've taken the console of all of them. Now, as per my plan, I will configure interface serial 3/0 IP address 10.0.0.1. Okay, /8 it is, no shut. Got it? And I will say one command, encapsulation. Encapsulation what? What I'm using? Frame relay. Encapsulation frame relay. Okay, this is the command over here, and the same command I will give on my R3 router also. Config tree interface serial 3/1 IP address 10.0.0.2 255.0.0.0, no shut, encapsulation frame relay. Okay, I've configured this thing. Now what I will do, I will go and check the configurations. Okay, show run. Yes. I will give show run specific command. Show run interface serial 3/1. Okay. See, this is my output. I've configured the IP address. Okay. Now what I will do, I will try to ping 10.0.0.1. Ping 10.0.0.1. So it will be not reachable. Okay. So what I will do, I will go on the switch, this frame relay switch. I will say hostname FRS switch. Okay. The first command that I have to give over here is frame relay switching. Okay. I have to give this first command on the interface, sorry, on the global configuration mode. I have to say enable this router to work as a frame relay switching. Okay, then I have to go inside the interface on both the side that are connected. So first I will go inside the interface 3/0 and I will say encapsulation frame relay, encapsulation frame relay. Okay, this is the command. Then I will say no shutdown to make the interface up. So now the next command will be frame, sorry, frame relay, and the next command will be frame relay, and I will say, see, you can see over here interface type, interface type. So which type of interface I have to use? I have to use DCE. So what I will do, I will give the command interface, interface type, frame relay interface type, configure frame relay DCE, DCE. So I will give DCE. Okay, you can configure DTE, NNI. Okay, you can configure any frame relay. So what I will do now, now I will give next command frame relay. The next command will be, you can use this LMIs. Okay, what are these LMIs? What are LMI? Anyone? Local management interface. This is local management interface. Which management interface you want to use to send the keep alive messages? Okay, keep alive messages between the FR switch and the connected routers. Okay, and the connected devices. So what you can do, you can use frame relay LMI. Okay, any of the frame relay LMI, set full status polling router error threshold. So what I will do, I will give LMI, uh, the command was type. There are three types: Cisco, ANSI, and Q933A. So by default, it will use Cisco. If you don't give this command, it will use by default which one? Cisco. Okay. So if you don't give this command, this is something default command. It will automatically sense on Cisco routers, but on another other vendor routers, you have to use this command. So if I give this command Cisco, suppose I am using Cisco, okay, then I hit enter. Then I have to give one routes. Okay, I have to give some routes. So I will give frame relay route. See, it is asking me input DLCI to the switch. So DLCI, I have to give the DLCI value. So what will be the DLCI value? I told you it will be between 16 to 1007. So I will give sub 100 over here. Okay, I gave 100 over here. And what I will do, I will give my connected interface also the DLCI value. So to interface that is connected to R1, interface serial 3/0, I will say the DLCI value will be 200. Okay, cannot switch on same interface. Frame relay route. Okay, I have connected it to the same interface numbers. That is the reason it is not taking. Okay, so I will delete this connection. Make a connection 3/0 to 3/2. Delete this connection also. 3/1 to 3/0. Okay, what I can do, I have already configured the IP address. So I can take over here 3/0 and over here 3/1. Okay, now I have to configure it again. I'll go outside the interface, the same configuration. Now my interface is 3/2. Okay, so both the interfaces should be different. Okay, it cannot be same. So interface serial 3/2. I've came inside. I will say encapsulation frame relay. I will say no shutdown. Then what was the next command? I have to select the DCE frame relay. DCE. What is the command? Frame relay interface type. DCE. Okay. Then what I have done? Frame relay interface frame relay LMI. So I'll not give this command. It will take automatic, or I can give this command also. LMI type Cisco. LMI type Cisco. Then I will use frame relay route 100 as my DC value, and to interface serial my connected interface 3/0 of R1, it will use 200. See, now it took the command. Now the same command will have to give on the other interface also. Do show IP, do show history. The same commands have to give on the other side of the interface also. So what I will do, I'll go inside interface 3/0. Okay, and I'll just copy these commands.
You're still in the.
Interface serial
Sorry,
3/0.
sorry. On that history, wasn't it supposed? Isn't it supposed to be 3/1?
Here it is 3 slash. Yeah, I will just change that thing.
I should.
I will just change this thing only. Okay, rest all the things are same. Correct?
Mhm.
So I've
Yeah.
just changed this thing. And now to verify my communications, to verify what I will do, I will give one command on R1 or R2. I can give R3, or I can give on this switch. So frame relay route. Show frame relay route. See, I'm getting a route over here. Okay, I'm getting a route over here and it is showing me inactive. It should not show me inactive. Missed any command or something. Frame relay route 100.
We
Okay,
configured the other end.
just a second. I have made a mistake over here. See what I've done. If I'm doing 100 200 on one end, okay, then I have to start it from 200, then I will reach 100 over here. Here I will give 200 as my DCE value, and here I will give 100 as my DCE value. 200, 100.
Okay, other way around.
And here there is 100, here there is 200. The other way around. So I have made a mistake. I have given by mistakenly the same commands. No issues. We will just change it. Okay, the last command I have to give over here 100. I have to make over here 200. No shut. So it is active now. Still the 3/0 is showing me inactive.
R3 properly. I thought we changed the interface. R3.
Sorry,
R3. Did we configure R3?
already configured R3, I think so.
No.
Show IP interface brief.
Okay, we did.
Okay, show run. I go and check in the interface serial. Encapsulation is also on 3/1. This 3/0 and 3/1 is off. There is some mistake in over here only. So I'll just stop this router. I will make it up again, and I will configure it again with the default with the IP addressing. Might be when I've removed the link, there is some issue regarding that. Okay, so I will say do show IP interface brief. There is no IP address assigned interface serial 3/1. I will say IP address 10.0.0.2 255.0.0.0. No shut. Encapsulation frame relay. Okay, I've given this command encapsulation frame relay. And what else command? What other command I have given? Nothing else, right? Now I will go and I will check. Both are inactive. Show what was show frame relay LMI. So there are no frame relay type LMI is Cisco over here. So frame relay map I can see. There is no mapping of frame relay. So my configurations are so I have given the configuration on R2 interface 3/0. It should give me the output. I should be able to ping from
What about the R1? What's the configuration on that?
see R1s it is showing active over here. If you can see over here, if I go
No,
frame
I just
relay
want to see.
route, this is R1's connection. It is active, but there is some issue
So they
with
show.
this R3's connection.
No, I'm saying what's the configuration on the interface?
See, this is the configuration that I've done on R1. I've given the
Okay,
IP address. I've said encapsulation frame relay.
only. Okay. All right.
Okay. On R3 also I've done the same show run interface serial 3/1 encapsulation frame relay. Correct? Oh, shut.
Can we
Give the
change
interface up.
the
Shut.
the DCI value
No shut.
DLC? Can we change the DLC?
Sorry?
Can we change the values totally? Can we change it to something else? The output DLCI maybe. That's something.
So it should give me the output. Why it is not giving me the output, I cannot understand. So let me check again the configuration, what values I have given. 3/0 is connected to my R3, correct? Just let me remove all the configuration from all the router and do it again. interface serial 3/0. I'll say IP address 10.0.0.1 255.0.0.0. No shut. I'll say encapsulation frame relay. Got it? This is the configuration over here. On R3 also I will make the same type of configuration. Interface serial 3/1. I'll say IP address 10.0.0.2 255.0.0.0. No shut. Encapsulation frame relay. Okay. Then the configuration that I have to do on my frame relay switch, I will go and I will say config t. I will say frame relay switching. What I will say? Frame relay switching. Then I will go in the interface, the first interface, that is 3/2. Interface serial 3/2. The first command that I have to give is no shut, then encapsulation frame relay, then I will give the next command as uh, frame relay, interface type is DC, then frame relay LMI, LMI type is Cisco. Okay, then the delay, the route I have to give is, I'm making some mistake I think so when I'm giving the route. So the route I will give very carefully now. So the interface that is connected, see, it is asking me for the route. So for route, this I will give 100. Okay, and the other side interface is serial 3/0. I will give it as 200. Okay, I have given it as 200. Sorry, interface. Got it? Now I will exit from this interface. I'll come outside from this interface and I will go inside the other interface. See interface serial 3/0, and I will say encapsulation frame relay. I will say frame relay interface type is DCE. Frame relay LMI type is Cisco, and the frame relay route I will say over here 200. Interface serial 3/2 is 100. Show frame relay route. Show frame relay route. Both are inactive now. 3/0 100.
The zero input.
Sorry.
So input interfaces is on this R2, right?
See, input interface is my this interface
Which interface?
on frame relay switch, this
Correct.
interface.
So
From here it is getting me 200. This 200 from here it is 100, correct. Then 3/2 is 100. The configuration is correct. Okay, I will troubleshoot this thing. I will let you know what was the issue, why it was not giving me the output. I will troubleshoot this thing. But when I go over here, when my the configuration is successful, and then if I try to ping from 10.0.0.1 to 10.0.0.2, my ping will be successful. My ping will be successful. So this is something point to point. We can configure point to multi-point also. Okay, but we will not see that thing. Got it? So I will just let you know what is this, what is the issue in this. Okay, now we will move to our next topic known as VPN. What is VPN? Virtual private network. Why we use virtual private network? See, this is something our traditional router based network. See, traditional router based networks connect customer sites through routers connected via dedicated point to point link, leased lines. I have separate leased line for each and every site. Okay, so we have seen one solution is our frame relay. The next solution can be, so my advantages and disadvantages. Advantages are complete secure network. My network will be secure. I will get higher bandwidth, superior quality if I'm using this traditional based network, and it is reliable. But the disadvantages are expensive, permanent physical connection, not scalable. So if I want to add any branch, then it is not scalable. Okay, it is not scalable. I have to go through all the connections and I have to make all the connections again. So now if I go and if I check the VPN examples. Okay, VPN replace dedicated point-to-point links with emulated point-to-point links that share common infrastructure. Okay, so now this will be my service provider. This will be my service provider. Okay, now this is my site, and these are my some large customer sites. Okay, now what will happen? My company's edge router. Okay, company edge router will be connected to a service provider edge. Okay, and then the service provider edge router will send my packets, or the you can say it will use this VPN technologies, and it will send the packets to the sites, okay, to another sites that are connected. Okay, so what we can do, basically we are having a single internet connection. Okay, VPN over internet we can use. VPNs over internet like our GRE. See, this is our internet and these are my routers. These are my branch offices. So what I can do, I can make a connection between these two. I can make a tunnel, GRE tunnel or DMVPN tunnel between these two sites directly. Okay, and this will be my logical link. This will be my logical link. I don't need to have a physical connection between these two links. Customer uses VPNs primarily to reduce their operational cost. As I am not having any route virtual sorry any physical link, I am having a virtual link. So that is the reason my operational cost has been reduced. So example is frame relay, ATM, GRE, DM VPN, IPsec, MPLS, L2 VPN version 3. Okay, so we can use these types of techniques over our traditional router based networks. Okay, so this is something customer premises equipment, CPE, or customer edge router, you can say. What is this? Customer edge router. Okay, this is my core devices that are kept in the provider's edge. Okay, in the provider side, and this is my provider edge devices. These all are my provider edge devices. Okay, these are my customer, another customer, or you can say other site router, other site routers. Okay, so you can have the VPN, the connectivity between edge routers to edge routers. Okay, between edge routers to edge router, you these are the other customers that are not connected to the provider. You cannot have the connectivity, direct connectivity to these routers through VPNs. Got it? Now, advantages of VPN.
I didn't
It is
get, I didn't get the last part.
last point you didn't get.
Yes, something. Yes,
See,
something about the edge router or something.
See, this is my edge routers. Okay. So I will be creating a direct connection to these edge routers, a direct tunnel to these edge routers. Okay. So I will be having the connectivity, the direct connectivity within to from this edge router to this edge router. But I will be not having the connectivity for this other customers because they are not connected directly to the provider network. I will not have a direct connectivity. I will have an indirect connectivity. Suppose this router is connected with this router. So I will have an
Okay.
indirect connectivity to these
So,
routers.
so
Okay, but
basically,
I will
those
not
are
have a
like distribution layer or
yes, any
distribution layer.
distribution layer, or you
Yeah.
can say it can be other sites also, other customers' routers also,
Yes.
which are
On
connected to
their
other
customer
sites.
side. Yeah.
Yes, got it?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, advantages, it is cost saving, scalable. Now we don't have to add any physical connection or any physical lease line between any branch. What we can do, we can just configure a virtual link between the branch from the head office. Improved security. The security is improved, better performance, flexible and reliable. So VPNs advantages are these all are the advantages of VPNs. Now, if I go in depth about these all things, VPN terminology, so you can see customer site, a contiguous part of the customer network can encompass many physical locations. So this can be either one location or many physical location. So this is what provider network, P network means provider network. The service provider infrastructure used to provide VPN services. Okay, used to provide VPN services. So I have to connect to one service provider if I want to use a VPN service. And these are my customer network, C network, the part of network still under customer control. Okay, the part of network still under customer control. So these are my terminology if I am using this thing. Now P device, what is P device? These are my P routers. The device in the provider network with no customer connectivity. These routers will not be having the direct connectivity with my customers. P router, core devices. These router will be not connected to the customers directly. Okay. PE device, the device in the provider network to which the customer's devices are connected. So these are my PE devices. What are these? PE devices, provider edge. They are known as provider edge devices. Got it? These are my provider edge devices. CE device, these are my CE devices. Customer edge router, the device in the customer network that links to the provider network, sometimes also called as CPE. Now, PECE link, the link between the PE router and the CE router, this link is known as the PECE link. What it is known as? PECE link. See this link. Understood? Any doubt till here? Now we have peer-to-peer implementation of VPN. So before moving to this peer-to-peer, what I will do, I will give you some this thing VPN. If I give VPN models are of two types: overlay model, and the second one is peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer model. Okay. So what is overlay model? So overlay model is, you can say, in which the service provider provides virtual point to point links between customer sites. So what does it means? Links, point to point links between customer sites. So if I give you one example, this is my customer edge router. Here I am having my service provider. The service provider is connected with multiple, the service provider is having multiple routers, okay, which are connected with each other. Now my customer side is connected with one router, okay, and it will send, and my another side will be connected with the other side, other router. This is site 1, site 2. So you can see this connection is point to point. This connection, now this router will make a tunnel between these two routers. Okay, inside the service provider, they will make a tunnel between these two routers, and my this router and this router will not know about these routes. Okay, so this is something point to point connections, point to point connection, or you can say overlay network. Okay, you can say customer routes are not stored in routing table of service provider. Customer routes are not stored in the routing table of service provider. Now, if I say the peer to peer, you can say in which the service provider provides or you can say service provider participates in the customer routing. So now my service provider will be having the routing table, the routing information about the customer router. So how the connection will be? The connection will be like this. I will be having one customer edge router and it will be connected to the edge router, PE router, you can say PE router, to the PE router of the customer. This is my site 2. So they will be having the connection, the routers will be having the connection between the edge routers. These are my PE router. So now my PE routers will be having the routing information about the customer edge routers also. Okay, about the customers. So this is the difference between the customer overlay model and the peer-to-peer model. Overlay model and the peer-to-peer model. Now when I go to the VPN technique, okay, VPN over internet, I can have either GRE, I can use either GRE, I can use either DMVPN or I can use IPsec VPN. Okay, so if I go and say VPN over internet, then I can say either I can use GRE. So what is GRE? GRE means no encryption. There is no encryption in it. No encryption in it. Okay, and also it is used point to point for point to point network. Then I am having DMVPN, dynamic multi-point VPN. Then what is dynamic multi-point? Point to multi-point. Okay, here I can use something known as FHRP, first of redundancy protocol, or here also there is no encryption. Okay, then I can use something known as IPsec VPN over internet. I can use something known as IPsec VPN. So these are the three VPN over internet. I can use these three terminologies, VPN terminologies over internet. Understood? So if I go and if I set up, what I will do, I will go and I will set up a basic lab for VPN. I don't have the lab. So what I will do, I will take some routers R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. I'll take some routers. I will set up a basic lab, basic VPN lab. Okay, first, then I will show you about GRE and all the things. So serial 3/0, 3/0, 3/1, 3/2, 2. Okay, so I can say this is my internet. This is something my internet router. Okay, and these are my head office and branch offices. So if I want to communicate, so what I will do, I will make some configurations. So I will give some IP addressing.
Isn't this like hub and spoke also that we say,
Yes,
like we hear
but
hub
see,
spoke. Okay.
hub and spoke is something you have to use some type of VPN technologies to make the connections. Either you can use DMVPN, GRE, or any GRE tunnel, or you can use IPsec. So we are just configuring the basic setup of VPNs. Okay, we are just setting up the basic configuration. So what I will do, this is my router between
So
router
hub
1
and
and
spoke terminology is just for VPN, basically.
yes.
Okay, okay.
So what I will do, I will use 15.network/24 between my 1 and 5 router. See how you can do the IP addressing. I'm doing 1 and between 1 and 5. I'm using 15.network 1 and 5, 15. Okay, and I will make I will have some LAN networks also 192.168.1.0/24. I will use some loopback addresses also for further usage. I am for in further lectures we'll be needing this loopback address, loopback 0. Okay, and between R2 and R5 I will use some 25 dot network 25.0.0.1/24. And see, this is my router 2. So what I did, 25.0.0.2, and over here I can give 25.0.0.5 because this is my router 5. Okay, and here also I will be creating one loopback 0, and I will say the loopback address is 2.2.2.2/32, and a LAN network will be also there over here 192.168.2.0/24. Okay, now over here I will be using 35.0.0.5/24, and over here I will be using 35.0.0.3/24. Okay, 35 dot sorry 45.0.0.5/24, 45.0.0.4/24. Okay, then 192.168.4.0/24, and another loopback address over here, loopback 0. I will say 4.4.4.4/32. Over here also I will use 192.168.3.network/24, and I'll use a loopback address 3.3.3.3/32. Okay, so this is my basic IP addressing. I will use this addressing in my all the labs of GRE and all the things. So now I'll make the basic configurations, basic IP addressing. Console 145, 145, 2 and 3. Okay, now config terminal interface. I'll configure all the things quickly. Okay, interface. Just give me the interface numbers. Please connected over here. Please connect. Interface fast Ethernet 0/0. The LAN interface IP address 192.168.1.1 255.255.255.0. No shut. Interface loopback 0. IP address 1.1.1.1. What is my subnet mask? 255.255.255.255. Okay. Then I will go in the serial interface. Interface serial 3/0. And I'll say IP address 15.0.0.1 255.255.255.0. No shut. I'll go on R2 and I will say config terminal interface fast Ethernet 0/0. I'll say IP address 192.168 2.0 sorry 2.1 255.255.255.0. No shut. Interface loopback 0. IP address 2.2.2.2 255.255.255.255. Then interface serial 3/1. I'll say IP address 25.0.0.1 sorry 255.255.255.0. No shut. That's it. I've configured my R2. I will configure the R3 also. Interface fast Ethernet 0/0. IP address 192.168.3.1 255.255.255.0. No shut. Interface loopback 0. IP address 3.3.3.3. We'll say 255.255.255.255. Then interface serial 3/2. IP address I'll say 35.0.0.3 255.255.255.0. No shut. Correct. Then I will go on R4 and I will say configure the R4 also interface. Fast Ethernet 0/0. I will say IP address 192.168.4.1 255.255.255.0. No shut. Interface loopback 0. IP address 4.4.4.4 255.255.255.255. Interface serial 3/3. IP address 45.0.0.4 255.255.255.0. No shut. Now I will go on R4 R5 and I will configure my R5 IP address. So what I have to configure R5 config terminal interface serial 3/0. I will say IP address 15.0.0.2 255.255.255.0. No shut. Interface serial 3/1. IP address. So IP address will be my 25.5. Interface serial 3/2. Varun, please mute yourself. Varun, please mute yourself. Varun, can you hear me? You have muted right now. Interface serial 3/2. The IP address is 35.5 no shut, and interface serial 3/3. The IP address is 45.5. Correct? So I have done the basic IP addressing. Now on R1, what I will do, I will give a default route. See, I will give a default route on R1 that if I want to go to any unknown location, I have to go over the internet. To reach R2, R3, and R4. Okay. So on R1, I will go and I will configure a default route. I will say IP route 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0.0, the next stop address 15.0.0.2. If you have to go to anywhere, you have to reach this interface. Either you can give the IP address or you can give the exit interface. Okay, the exit interface. So I have given the next hop address exit. Now what I have to do, I will go on the internet and I will create some static routes, so that I will go on R1 and I will create static route to reach this 1 dot network, 192.1 dot network. So I will give some static route to reach this network. Okay, these all networks. So what I will do, exit, I will write IP route. If you want to go to 1.1.1.1, 255.255.255.0, no, it was 32. So the exit, you can give the exit interface also, or what you can do, you can use the next hop IP address. So what I will be using, the exit interface. See, the exit interface over here is 3/0. Okay, then I am having one more network that I have to reach, 192.168.1.0. Okay, the exit interface is same. Then I have to go to 2.2.2.2, 2.2.2.2. I have to go via the serial interface 1, and if I want to go to 2 dot network, I have to go via 1. Getting me or not? I am giving the IP routes for different locations. Now if I want to reach 3.3.3.3,
Okay, so
I made a
the
mistake. Just a
router
second.
5 is acting like
Dade. I think so. I made a mistake. No, I have not made a mistake. Yeah, come.
saying the router 5 is acting like the internet, right?
Yes, it
Hold
is
on, please
writing.
let me
It
stop.
is. It is like an internet. So we are giving the static routes.
Okay, all right.
We are just configuring the static routes. See, we have configured the default route. I'm just now configuring the static routes.
So,
So 3.3.
Basically, RFI edge.
Sorry,
RFI is P provider edge.
I didn't got you. Come again. R5 is.
Provider edge P router.
See, over here you cannot have some PE or E routers. Okay, so you can say it is edge router over the internet. Okay,
No, but like if it was an actual setup or the R1, R2, R3, R4 are all customer edge and R5 is the provider edge, right?
Yes, you can say, or either they will be not connected to the same routers. Okay, see what I am saying. This is my internet.
Oh, no,
This is my service provider. This is my
no,
service provider.
no, I get it. If we expand this or what is the right word?
Uh-huh.
Export, like so. Anyways, no.
So what you're asking, I didn't got you exactly, Tushar.
Oh my. Oh
Okay, so 3 dot network, 4 dot network, 3/2, 3/3, 4 dot network, 3/3. Now how I can verify this thing, how I can verify? I can use ping from R5. I can ping my LAN network of 1.1. I'm reachable. 2.1. I'm reachable. 3.1. I'm reachable. Not reachable. Why? Why, brother? What is the issue? Show run. Show IP route. So 192.168 3 dot.
3 dot is serial 3/2, no, sir?
Yeah, 3/2, not
Why it is showing me 3/1?
check the configuration.
Sir, you have
Show run interface serial 3/1. There is no IP address. Show run interface serial 3/2. I have given the IP address of this.
no, sir. IP stop IP you have configured wrongly, sir.
Sorry,
In static.
on R5.
In R5, next stop IP address for yes, sir.
Okay, let me check.
Static routing is wrong. Sir.
Okay, no. 3 dot network is this. Okay, I can ping 3 dot network, 4 dot network. Okay, see, these are my all the branches are connected. If I try now, what I will do, I will use internet. Now, what I will do first, I will use GRE tunnel. Okay, I will use a GRE tunnel. So it is a tunneling protocol developed by Cisco, generic routing encapsulation, GRE tunnel. So I have made the basic configuration. Now what I will do, I will use a GRE tunnel. So what I will do, I will save this configuration. Okay, now I will use some tunneling protocols to make a tunnel between all the branches. Okay, so it will, what it will do, the GRE tunnel, it will allow to have virtual point-to-point tunnel. I will have a virtual point-to-point tunnel from here to here. Virtual point-to-point channel. This is my virtual point-to-point tunnel between. So it will create a virtual point-to-point tunnel between the two branches or between the two sides. Okay, and it is used when packets need to be sent from one network to another network, from one network to another network over the internet, over the internet. Okay, and it supports encapsulation, you can say, of a wide layer protocols inside point to point. Like you can use multicast, and also you can use IPv6. The disadvantage of GRE tunnel is it is not encrypted. Whatever the data is moving from year to year, it will be in clear text. It will be in clear text. Anyone can read or anyone can change the things. Got it? And you can say GRE tunnel are easier to configure. So we will see the configuration of GRE tunnel. So we will make a tunnel between, uh, you can say between R1 and R2, between a direct tunnel between R1 and R2. Okay, so I'm on R1. I will say ping 25.0.0.2 whether I'm reachable, and the source will be my 15.0.0.1. So first it should be reachable. Show IP route. Is having a static route. Show IP route. Okay. Have to configure the static route on R1 only, right? So we'll configure the static route, IP route. I will say to go to anywhere you have to reach the internet 25.0.0.5. Okay, the same commands I will be using on all the other routers, all the branches. Config P, I will say 35.0.0.5, and we'll go on R4 and I will say 45.0.0.5. Okay, now I will be reachable. It will be reachable now. See, I can ping. Okay, it is reachable from R1 to R3. Okay, now what I will do, I will create a tunnel. I will create a VPN tunnel between R1 and R3, sorry, R1 and R2, so that they can move the data between the tunnel. So what is the command? I have to go inside the global configuration mode. I have to say interface tunnel, interface tunnel, and I can give any number. Suppose I give it is between 1 and 2, so I give 12. Interface tunnel 12. Okay, the interface is up. It is logical interface. You don't want, you don't need to give any uh, no shut command. Okay, now I have to give, I have to say, I have to assign an IP address. IP address 10.0.12.1 255. I will give this IP address, okay, with /24 to the tunnel, to the tunnel, and I have to give a tunnel source. What will be my tunnel source? So my tunnel source over
And
here on R1 will be my this address. This will be my source. So I will give the tunnel source IP address as 15.0.0.1.
So we can give interface also, right? Or no?
Yes. See,
Okay.
over here you can assign, but the best practice is to assign the IP address only. Okay.
Okay.
Best
I was
practice
just
is,
trying to remember.
yes, you can see, you can give over here the interface also, but the best practice is to assign the IP address only. Okay. This is my source. I have to give the destination of the tunnel. The destination of the tunnel is my this address 25.0.0.2. 25.0.0.2. So now I have created one tunnel between R1. On R1 I have configured the same thing. I have to go and I have to configure on R2 also. I have to create interface tunnel 12 and I have to say IP address. Now the IP address will be in the same range 10.0.12.2 255.255.255.0 and I will say tunnel source. Now my source will be 25.0.0.2 and my tunnel destination will be 15.0.0.1. Got it? Now I've created a tunnel between R1 and R2, a logical interface you can say, or you can now ping, you can now check the connectivity by pinging 10.0.12.1. See, it is reachable. If I give show IP interface brief, I will get a tunnel interface and which is up, which is having an IP address. Okay. So now I have made a tunnel between R1 and R2. Now what I will do, I will give one command show IP interface brief section. The command was uh, the command exclude unassigned. So these are my assigned. So this is the command if I don't want to see any unassigned interface. So I can see over here, I'm having whatever interface are assigned 10.0.12.2. 10.0.12.2. Okay, now what I will do, I will I cannot reach from this LAN interface to this LAN interface. So what I will do, I will configure some routing protocol over here so that I can reach the LAN interfaces. Okay, so what I will do, LAN to LAN connectivity, LAN to LAN connectivity, if I want, so I will use EIGRP, I will say router EIGRP 100 and I will say network 192.168 2 network, no auto summary. Then I will say network 10.0.12.0 0.0.0.255 exit. Same on R1 I will go and I will say router EIGRP 100 and I will say network 10.0.12.0 0.0.255 and I will say network 192.168.1.0. Okay, no auto summary. I have to give the command router EIGRP 100 no auto summary. Okay, now what I will do, show IP EIGRP neighbors. Now you can see I am having a neighborship with 10.12.10.0.12.2 and it is via the interface tunnel 12. The neighborship is formed via the interface tunnel 12. If I see over here, show IP route EIGRP. See, 192.168.2 dot network is going via 10.0.12.2 via tunnel 12. It is not using this path, it is using tunnel 12. So if I go and if I ping 192.168.2.1 and the source will be my what can be the source? I can say fast ethernet 0/0, my LAN interface. So I am reachable. Okay, I can reach. Same way I can use the traceroute command also. Traceroute 192.168.2.1. It is going via 10.0.12.2. It is using the. So now a virtual interface is created between R1 and R2. So all the packets will be sent over the internet via this tunnel only. Same way you can create the tunnel between R1 and R3 and the tunnel will be different. Same way you can create the tunnel between R1 and R4 and the tunnel will be different. Got it? So you can create, you can practice this thing. You can create, now you can see both the networks are able to now communicate with each other. Correct? Now the drawback is GRE is an encapsulation protocol and it does not, you can say, perform encryption. So to create an GRE tunnel without any encryption is extremely risky, as you can send sensitive data also. Okay, you are sending some sensitive data, so it will be very risky to configure a GRE tunnel, point-to-point GRE tunnel. Okay, so we can use something known as IPsec tunnel to add the encryption and secure the GRE tunnel. We can use an IPsec protocol over here. Okay, now we can create the.
Sir, can you show the configuration for the GRE tunnel router alone, sir? The 10.0.12.2 configuration.
The configuration on R2 you are saying.
Yes, sir.
Show run tunnel, show run interface tunnel 12. This is the configuration I've done.
Okay, sir.
This is what you want, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, I've given the IP address
Okay,
to the
sir. Thank
tunnel.
you.
I've created the source and I've created the destination. Got
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
So now you can, for practice, what you can do, you can make a tunnel between R1 and R3. So you will be getting more idea. Okay. Now the drawback
Sir,
of this.
sir, 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 one question, sir. That tunnel interface, we can use loopback also, or can't we can't use?
See, we can use the loopback interface also. Now if I am using this, uh, I didn't got you. For the tunnel interface you are saying.
No, no, source and destination.
Yes, we can use the loopback
Okay,
address
okay,
also. There is no issue.
okay, okay.
In the
Like
source you
physical
are,
can go down,
in
right?
the source
So
you are asking, in the source you are asking, we can use the loopback interface.
yeah, since physical can go down, right?
Okay. So what I will do, I will
No,
check.
I'm asking. I don't.
No, we can check this thing.
We
There
must.
is no issue. We can check this thing.
Okay.
See, we don't have the IPsec things in
Then
our
I don't.
Encore syllabus. We have in-depth things in our NRC. Okay, they have divided the CCNP syllabus in two parts. Encore is having the basic, and rest all the things are there in NRC of routing and switching.
Okay, so this is part of NRC, what I asked.
Yes, this is the part of NRC.
Never
So
mind. So if we can do it, I'll practice on loop back. So that's why I asked the thing.
interface tunnel, I am inside the interface tunnel. What I will do, I will remove this source. Sorry, this is my destination. Okay, I have removed this destination. I have to remove the source also. This is my source. Okay, and as now you are telling me I have to give the tunnel source as my 2.2.2.2, correct? I am on router 2.
Yeah, as in I just want to ask, can we use like
Yeah,
use the loopback
I will give you the
interfaces to
live
set up the
consequences. What will happen?
channel?
Okay, the destination will be 1.1.1.1. Got it? Now on R1, I will remove the configuration of tunnel. Tunnel destination no. Tunnel source no. Tunnel source is my 1.1.1.1 and tunnel destination is my 2.2.2.2. Show run interface tunnel 12. Okay, got it? Neighborship is formed between the tunnel. Now if I try to ping from R1, if I try to ping, it is reachable. If I try to ping 192, sorry, 2.2.2.2 and the source will be 1.1.1.1, it is reachable. Okay, but the question over here arises if my link goes down between R1 and R5, correct? Interface serial 3/0. If my link goes down,
Yeah, like
then what
physical
will be the
interface
issue?
can go down, right?
Then what will be the issue? See how VPN is working. What is the base of VPN?
Yeah, that connectivity to the
Connectivity
internet.
to the internet. If your internet is not working, then you cannot use the VPN.
Yeah.
Understood? So there is no way that you can configure it via the loopback and you can get the connectivity. Okay, if your physical interface is down to the internet, if your internet is not working, so see what is VPN? VPN, we have made a tunnel, GRE tunnel over the internet. We have made a tunnel over the internet. Got it? So if my interface is down, then I cannot use anything.
Okay.
Ping. It will come up. See now it can reach. Got it?
Yeah. No, I have seen in production environments like using loopback interfaces for tunnels, so that's why I asked.
See, we can use, there is no issue in using. Okay. But as
Yeah,
I
but
shown you, if our internet is down, if our connectivity, basic connectivity is down, then the connectivity is made by the loopback address to the internet. Okay, what they have
for a
done?
production
Yes, Dade.
okay, so for production network, they probably have a router that has connections to two separate service provider. Then they can just
Correct.
because they don't
Either you
there's
can use that
redundancy
thing.
in that case. They can
Yes, you can use that thing
yeah.
because if you are using something known as BGP, you will be having multiple connections to the different service provider. So you can use the loopback address. So one service provider will go down, then the other service provider will take over. Okay. or what they have done, they must have used the loopback address for the connectivity. Okay, so there can be multiple scenarios which we'll be learning in NRC part, okay, that we can do in our this thing VPN. So this is something we have configured our VPNs, normal VPN connections. Okay, point to point VPN, or you can say static VPN connections. Okay, now we have one more thing that is known as VTI. What it is known as? VTI. Okay, so we will be learning that thing also. So moving about, moving to the next part, we will see some theory part that in peer-to-peer, we have seen this thing, our normal configuration. Now we can move to, we have seen the overlay model. Now we can move to something known as peer-to-peer. In peer-to-peer, we can implement peer-to-peer implementations, VPN implementation, or what we can do, we can implement through access lists also, or we can use split routing, or we can use MPLS VPN. Okay, so these are some, you can say, peer-to-peer network that we can use. Now, in peer-to-peer, if I go, I can do peer-to-peer VPNs. I can use peer-to-peer VPNs, or what I can use peer-to-peer using an ACL. Okay, peer-to-peer using an ACL. So when I'm using peer-to-peer VPNs, then what will be the scenario? The scenario will be something like this. I'll be having one service provider, one router over here. Suppose multiple routers are there. These are my multiple service provider routers. Okay. Now my each router will be connected to another service provider router. Okay, this will be something different connections, peer-to-peer different connections regarding the this thing, peer-to-peer VPNs. If I'm using access list, what I can do, I can have a connection to this, like this connections I can have. Let me check if I'm having any document. See, this is my peer-to-peer VPNs implementation. PE-CE routing information is exchanged between CE and PE routers. Okay, so see my router, CE router hub, spoke. This is my spoke, this is my another spoke, this is my hub. So my hub is connected to one PE router, my spoke is connected to another PE, all the spokes are connected to PE routers, and all the PE routers are connected to P router, provider core device you can say. Okay, PE router exchange customer routes through the core network. Customer routes are propagated through PE network and sent to other CE routers. Okay, so through this we can use the peer-to-peer network in this way. Okay, or if I want, if I want to use through ACLs, so I can use it in this way. POP router, this is known as my POP router. My two sites are connected to a single router, to a single PE router. Okay, two sites are connected to a single PE router. Now this is something isolation between customer is achieved with the use of access list packet filters. You can say you can have an access list, permit this network on this interface and permit this network on this interface. So this is something using peer-to-peer VPN using ACLs, shared network. Okay, this is something shared network. Now we have one more thing, split routing. Split routing. The P router contains all customer routes. Okay, each customer has a dedicated PE router that carries only its route. Isolation between customer is achieved through the lack of routing information on the PE router. Okay, so my this router will be having customer routes. My P router will be having the customer routes. See, if my this customer is sending any routes, so my this router will be having the customer of the connected CE router. This router will be having the information of connected CE router. This router will be having the routes of connected spoke. But my P router will be having all the customer routes. It will store all the customer routes and it will not advertise the customer route to another CE router. Split routing. This is known as split routing, dedicated router. Only to dedicated router. My routes are limited to only dedicated routers. They are not passed through the other routers, other edge routers. But in previous scenarios, when I'm using ACLs, they are passed to all the spokes and all the PE router. Got it? So these are some peer-to-peer techniques that we can use. Or the last one that I can use is my MPLS VPN. MPLS VPN. See, CE router routes traffic to PE router. Each customer has its own isolated routing table instance on PE router. P router do not have customer route information. In this, this router will not have the customer information. Label switching is enabled in service provider core. Now it uses something known as VRF. Okay, virtual router forwarding, VRF. Okay, so we will be seeing this VRF concept in our next lecture. GRE tunnel. See, we had made this type of tunnel between R1 and R2. We have made a tunnel between R1 and R2. Okay, GRE tunnel. Understood? Drawbacks of GRE. Classic GRE is point to point. This is point to point. Manual tunnels. You have to create manual tunnels between all the spokes. All the spokes. Not scalable. If you are suppose having 100 endpoints, we need to build 99 tunnels. Okay, suppose I am having 100 branches, 100 spokes, then I have to create 99 tunnels. Okay, no encryption. There is no encryption policy. Sorry, static IP on all endpoints. Static IP, we have to give static IP addressing on all the endpoints. We cannot use dynamic IP addressing on all the endpoints. Like over here, we cannot use DHCP. We have to assign the IP address statically on these endpoints. Okay, so these are the drawbacks of, you can say, GRE. Okay, so we have completed the VPN parts. Okay, only one thing is remaining, that is VRF. Okay, so the IPsec the things, and we are also remaining with VTI parts. Okay, so we will see these two things in our tomorrow's lecture, VRF and our VTI part. Okay, we will stop over here for today.
What about IPsec VPN?
Sorry, IPsec VPN.
Yeah.
So if I go in our syllabus,